You're sitting in a room, tense, nervous, uncertain of what's coming next. One person in front of you is cold, aggressive, and relentless, pushing you, threatening you, making you feel like you're backed into a corner with no way out. Then suddenly another person steps in. Their voice is calm, reassuring. They lean toward you with a sympathetic look, telling you that they understand, that they want to help you, that all you have to do is cooperate, and everything will be okay. Relief washes over you. In comparison to the first person, this second one feels like a lifeline. You start to trust them, to believe that they're on your side. And before you realize it, you've given them exactly what they wanted. This is the good cop, bad cop manipulation, one of the most effective psychological tactics ever used to break people down, control their choices, and extract compliance without them even realizing it. It's not just used in police interrogations. It's everywhere. It's in relationships. It's in the workplace. It's in politics. It's in business negotiations. And if you don't know how to recognize it, you are highly susceptible to its effects. Because it works not by force, but by playing with your emotions, creating an illusion of safety in the middle of fear. It starts with pressure. The bad cop comes in first. They create stress, fear, uncertainty. They are cold, aggressive, maybe even outright hostile. They criticize you, threaten you, accuse you, make you feel like everything is spiraling out of control. This creates a psychological need for relief, a need for someone to step in and make it stop. And that's when the good cop appears. The shift is immediate. The good cop is warm, understanding, and seems to be on your side. They contrast so strongly with the first person that they feel safe, even trustworthy. They tell you they want to help, that they see your side, that if you just do this one thing, everything will get better. And in that moment of emotional exhaustion, most people give in. They open up. They cooperate. They agree to things they normally wouldn't, just because the good cop made them feel like they had finally found an ally. The truth? Neither the good cop nor the bad cop are actually on your side. They are working together. This technique exploits one of the deepest flaws in human psychology, our tendency to cling to safety when we are under pressure. When we experience extreme stress, our logical thinking shuts down and our brains go into survival mode. We look for comfort, for reassurance, for anything that makes us feel like we're not alone. And the moment the good cop appears, our guard drops. We want to trust them. We want to believe they're different from the aggressor. But in reality, they are simply two sides of the same strategy, designed to break us down. And this isn't just used in interrogations. It happens everywhere. In toxic relationships, one partner plays the aggressor, critical, harsh, even verbally abusive, while the other plays the protector, stepping in to offer comfort and understanding. But the protector never actually stops the abuse. Instead, they justify it, smooth it over, convince the victim that things aren't as bad as they seem. The victim clings to them, believing they are different, when in reality they are just part of the cycle that keeps them trapped. In workplaces, this tactic is used to control employees. A harsh boss or supervisor creates fear, constantly criticizing, threatening job security, or making unreasonable demands. Then, a friendly manager or HR representative steps in, acting as the sympathetic figure. They tell the employee they understand, that they wish they could do more, that if the employee just cooperates and stops resisting, things will get easier. The employee, desperate for relief, falls for it, believing that the good cop is actually on their side, when in reality, both figures exist to keep them compliant. In business negotiations, companies use this technique all the time. One negotiator is aggressive, making extreme demands, setting impossible terms. The other steps in, more friendly, more reasonable, offering compromises that seem far better in comparison. But in reality, the compromise was always the goal. The extreme demands were just there to make it seem like a good deal. In politics, leaders and governments use this technique to manipulate entire populations. One political figure is extreme, threatening chaos, making harsh statements, pushing dangerous policies. Then another leader, more moderate, more rational, steps in, offering a middle ground. The public, feeling relieved that the extremist is not in charge, clings to the moderate, believing they are the better choice. But in reality, both figures are part of the same machine, pushing the same agenda, just through different methods. The effectiveness of good cop, bad cop lies in its ability to override logic. When people are in distress, their brains crave relief. They don't think critically. They don't ask, why is this happening in the first place? Instead, they cling to the first source of comfort they find. And that's what the manipulator is counting on. So how do you protect yourself from falling into this psychological trap? First, recognize the pattern. If someone is being extremely aggressive, and then someone else swoops in to rescue you, step back and ask, are they actually helping me? Or are they just making me feel like they are? Real support doesn't come from someone who is connected to the aggressor. If the good cop is part of the same organization, group, or system as the bad cop, then they are likely playing a role to manipulate your emotions. Second, refuse to let fear dictate your decisions. Manipulators use this technique because it creates desperation. But if you can stay calm, even under pressure, you can keep control of your choices. Take a step back. Breathe. Do not act out of relief. Ask yourself, what do they actually want from me? The moment you identify the goal, you take away their power. Third, don't mistake kindness for trustworthiness. Just because someone is treating you well after someone else treated you badly doesn't mean they are on your side. True allies don't appear conveniently in moments of distress. They are there from the start, with consistent behavior. If someone's kindness only appears after pressure has been applied, it is likely a strategy, not genuine care. Good cop. Bad cop is one of the most powerful manipulation techniques because it makes you believe you are making a free choice, when in reality, your emotions are being steered in a specific direction. The best defense against it is awareness. Once you recognize it, once you see how it works, you can break free from its grip. Because the moment you stop searching for safety in a system designed to control you, you become truly untouchable. Now that you know how good cop, bad cop manipulation works, the real question is, what other hidden psychological traps are shaping your decisions without you even realizing it? Are you ready to uncover the next one?